Football's European governing body, UEFA, is under attack. 12 of the continent's biggest clubs have announced they're breaking away from the prestigious Champions League to form a rival European Super League. Barcelona, Real Madrid and Atletico have agreed to join from Spain. In Italy, both AC and Inter Milan have signed up alongside Juventus. And 6 clubs from England's Premier League also want a slice of the pie. Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal and Tottenham.
The owners of the club now want much more revenues for them. The pandemic obviously have exposed them too much, so they want much more money and they want it now.
So far, there are no teams from France or Germany, including the current European champions Bayern Munich. But 3 more clubs are expected to join the list of founding members, who are all set to pocket more than $400 million each just for signing up.
Seriously, in the midst of a pandemic, an economic crisis, football clubs at National League level going bust nearly, furloughing players, clubs on the edge in League 1 and 2, and these lot are having Zoom calls about breaking away and basically creating more greed. Joke.
The managers of these teams are now in an awkward position. Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp, for example, has previously spoken out against the idea of a Super League. Manchester United's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer dodged the question at his news conference on Sunday.
I don't think it's for me to comment on now. It's an issue. We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
There was a similar defensive response from Atletico Madrid's coach Diego Simeone.
I'm just a manager, and I'm prepared to coach my players under any circumstances. I have no doubt that the club will decide what's best for ourselves.
The Super League clubs want to start as soon as possible, while still competing in their own national leagues. That seems unlikely, though, given that the Premier League, La Liga and Serie A have all joined UEFA in condemning the move, saying they'll do whatever it takes to stop it. World governing body FIFA has also said that any players who take part will be barred from their major competitions, including the World Cup. 4,000 fans were allowed into Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final on Sunday, and some of them made their views clear on the Super League.
When you take a league and you make it a bit of a closed shop, it's just completely unfair.
It seems like a lot of the big boys don't like the idea of smaller clubs great crashing their party and taking away some of their revenue.
It's all money orientated and everything, load of coswallop.
UEFA's executive committee meets on Monday. The Super League announcement has no doubt added a few things to the agenda. David Stokes, Al Jazeera.
Let's bring in AP's global sports correspondent Rob Harris, live from London. Rob, it's all happening. First of all, what do we know about Jose Mourinho being sacked at Tottenham?
Yeah, he's lasted only 17 months in charge, a very familiar picture of player feuds and various disputes within the club that have really escalated through this season. A season when at one point it looked like they could be on for the title. They're in top first place in December, but they've completely collapsed. Also exited the FA Cup, the Europa League, and now lie 7th in the Premier League. But Mourinho's exit comes just days before he was due to potentially he's going to have a chance to end Tottenham's trophy drought going back to 2008, and he's missed out on a chance to take on Manchester City in the League Cup final. Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy recognising that's been a difficult period for Jose Mourinho and Tottenham during the pandemic of the last year or so. But ultimately, he goes out having failed to restore Tottenham to even the position they were under Mauricio Pochettino, and he leaves one of the shortest spell of his managerial career since the early days of it.
Okay, Tottenham are one of the clubs that are part of the Super League story, and there have been further developments today already. Where do we stand on that?
Well, this was the big announcement yesterday with the clubs announcing their breakaway, and the opposition has grown, particularly from fans of those clubs that are going to be part of this new elite clique. But the threats have been piling in. UEFA have said that they would be banned from competing in their domestic leagues as things stand. They wouldn't be allowed to take part, the players, in international competitions with their national teams. And in the last few hours as well, I've seen a letter that the Super League clubs have sent to the UEFA and FIFA leadership saying they themselves have started their own legal proceedings, not said where, but to force through this plan to get the Super League breakaway. Very strange in the letter. They say they recognise and accept the ongoing existence of the Champions League, but of course it would be a Champions League without some of its biggest clubs if these elite do go ahead with the breakaway. It's ultimate brinkmanship with UEFA over just who controls the Champions League.
Yeah, and the Super League looks like the format would be based on an American sports model. Could you explain to our viewers what this might actually look like?
Yeah, so currently the Champions League is 32 teams. All the teams have to qualify through their domestic league finishes unless they've won the Champions League the previous year. They were due to expand that to 36 teams from 2024. What this Super League envisages is a 20-team format with 15 founding members who'd be guaranteed entry each year. Didn't matter how they did, if they were in their domestic leagues still each season. Only 12 clubs have signed up so far. They're hoping for another 3 spots. But the plan is for a significant group stage, splitting the teams into 2 groups, and then with a quite traditional format, as we expect now, going into a quarterfinals as 2 legs, likewise the semi-final and a single game final. They aim to start it as soon as possible. And it's very hard to imagine them even competing in the Champions League still this season. You've got them still in contention for this season's competition. So that is going to be a significant move in the coming days and weeks. And today, with UEFA meeting, that it's going to be interesting to hear what they actually say from the UEFA leadership in public on the day they still hope to announce their new own expanded Champions League format.
OK, Rob Harris, thank you for that. We'll speak to you again soon.